Welcome to DWBIADDA channel. Please subscribe for latest training videos.
So today we'll talk about what is Elastic Beanstalk and how you can create your ABS stack in your AWS account. Okay, so Elastic Beanstalk is an easy to use service for deploying and scaling web application and services developed in many languages like Java, .NET, PHP or Python. Okay, and Elastic Beanstalk is an orchestration service through which you can deploy application which uses various AWS services like EC2, S3s, simple notification services, CloudWatch, autoscaling, and load balancer. So we'll go ahead and see how to create your own ABS stack. So go to your AWS Management Console and inside it go to Services, and in Services under Compute go to Elastic Beanstalk. Okay. Now in Elastic Beanstalk we have two things. One is environment, other one is application. So now let's go ahead and create an application. Now give it a name. Now you can add tags here. Now go to platform and under platform choose the language of the code application which you want to deploy. So EBS support multiple, like you can go for Docker, and in Docker also you can have an option to deploy multiple Docker containers like you configure in your Docker Compose file. You have .NET, you have Glassfish, Go, Java, Node.js, PHP, Python, Ruby and Tomcat. Okay, so we'll deploy a Node.js application. Platform branch is automatically selected to Node.js 12 and version is already set to 5.0.2. Okay, now you can upload your own Node.js application either from a local directory or you can upload your code via public S3 URL. Okay, so for now this lecture will use a sample application provided by AWS. So you can create application here, but let's go ahead and explore some configuring more options. Now we have various settings for our ABS. Okay, now let's explore. Suppose if you want to enable your log streaming or you want to store your logs in S3 bucket, you can enable it from here. Okay, you can also set your environment tags from here. Let's go back. Now since your ABS stack will create or launch an EC2 instance in your AWS account, so you have an option to set its root volume to magnetic, general purpose or provision IOPS. Okay, and you can also define disk space here, but I will choose it to containeric default. You can either add your own security group because we don't have any security group created in this region, so we'll choose a default security group. You can also define instance type for your EBS stack. Okay, you can go for T2 large, T2 nano, T2 small. Okay, and you can also define AMI ID for your EC2 instance. Now there are multiple options, like you can create your multi-availability zone, but for this sample code I think we don't have such option available here. Okay, now go back. You can also add load balancer. Suppose if your application demands high traffic, so obviously you need a load balancer to manage the application traffic. Okay, you can configure security. Suppose if you want to SSH into your EC2 instance created under ABS, you can choose your key pair. Suppose since I don't have any key pair in this region, so I'm not seeing any in my drop down list. So but if I had, I would have seen this in my drop down list here. Okay, now go back. So likewise you can enable monitoring, you can configure your own VPC for your EBS EC2, you can configure your database instance, and as always you can configure your tag. Okay, so these are, and also you can configure your SNS topic in here in under notification. Now let's go ahead and create our application. So now you can see our environment is started to create, and it has created one S3 bucket for our environment data. So if we go ahead and want to see this, we can see here 871, which is the same here. Okay, so ABS has created a security group also with this name because we have not created any security group for our ABS instance. So it has created its own. It has created its own elastic IP which it will assign to our instance. Okay, environment health has transitioned to pending. So once our environment is up and running, it will be transferred from pending to OK and will see a green check. Okay, so there are no instances available right now. So soon it will create one instance and attach it to our environment. So our application and environment are all set, and you can see health check is transitioned to OK from pending. Here is a Node.js application which is running on Amazon Linux. Okay, this is all our events that are being added into our logs while creating our EBS stack. Okay, so it means it has created and added a new instance into our environment, and it has created one URL. Okay, so suppose now if we click it, so congratulations, your first Elastic Beanstalk Node.js application is now up and running. Okay, so our application is running successfully on our stack. Okay, now let's go ahead and see the instance that it has launched. If we go to running instance, so we can see our EBS stack instance, but you won't be able to log in into or SSH into this instance because we have not specified any SSH key related to this instance. Okay, now let's go back to our stack. This is all our events. You can filter it out if you want to view your debug events. You can see that. You can go for event. We don't have any right now. We have only info. But in real case scenario, you will be having a lot of logs relating to your debug log, warn log, error log, and trace log. You can configure alarms here. You can see your CPU utilization and network in, network out of your application from here. Health we have already talked about. Logs, you can request logs up to 100 lines and it's downloadable, so you can download it like this. Okay, so this is our log file. And configuration we have already talked about. You can see all the settings and you can edit it also. So this is our application, and this is our environment. So in environment also we have multiple settings, like we can swap URLs. This is for your blue-green deployment. Okay, if you want to have blue-green deployment is for zero downtime, and if you want to upgrade your application version, okay, we can restart app server, rebuild environment, and terminate environment. So this is from this lecture. I hope you understand what is Elastic Bean and how to create.